Start on the side underneath your thumb. You're going to start on the same side of your paper. Notice the direction that that line goes. It's a nice slanted line, and then turns when you come to the bottom of your thumb. When you meet that joint in your thumb, it's a slightly different line. And notice how the side of your thumb curves out a little bit towards the top. That is where you will see the shape of your fingernail taking form. And go ahead and add some of those wrinkles there on the knuckle. The top of the thumb curves around and then comes down the other side and down to the base where the palm is. Go ahead and put the wrinkles in there. Make sure you make them curve the way they should. Having the right curve on the wrinkles helps to give it more of a three-dimensional appearance. Now coming up the side here, make sure you put the correct amount of space from your thumb up the side of your hand. Don't start the fingers right there next to the thumb. The fingers are up higher than the thumb. When I come to the place where my finger should be, I see there's a wrinkle there, so I'm going to draw that little wrinkle, and then my finger, and draw each length of your finger, or each segment of your finger separately. Your finger is not one long continuous piece. It is actually three segments, three separate pieces put together. And each one has its own length and its own direction that the line goes, so pay attention to those. These wrinkles that you add will help to make your finger look more three-dimensional as well. Notice the space between the fingers. A lot of people forget to pay attention to the space that's supposed to be between your fingers. Then notice how that space gets a little bit wider as I go up. Continues up here. Top of the fingers round again. This finger is a little bit higher, a little bit longer than the other. Not so wide though. It's always okay to stop and fix something, but don't move your other hand. This hand needs to remain still so that it doesn't change the perspective at all, because if I turn it a little bit, the shape changes. The space between the fingers changes, the direction of the lines changes, so we really need to keep that still. That's why you need to do this entire drawing without stopping to check messages or to do anything else. If you have to stop, you can try to come back to the right place, but it's not going to be exact. Your drawings are always going to come out better if you can do the whole thing continuously without stopping. I'm drawing my ring there too, and I notice that it sticks out on the sides of my finger a little bit. And finally my pinky, and notice with the pinky, the base of the pinky is a little bit lower than the other fingers. And the first segment is going to be lower as well. And it looks like it slants over this way a little bit and comes almost in front of my other hand, my other finger, I should say. This one, though, I think I made that one lean over a little bit too much, so I'm going to straighten it out. And notice when I want to straighten something out or I want to change something, I always draw the new line before erasing the old one. I'm going to draw the top of my finger there, right there, right there, and then the side of my palm. And this part is going to curve in just a little bit at the end and come down here at the wrist. Alright, and I'll draw some of the wrinkles inside my palm too, because those wrinkles are key to making your hand look three-dimensional and lifelike. Without these wrinkles, the palm looks very flat and empty. But when you start to put those wrinkles in, it shows more the form and shape of the palm. So it's very important to pay attention to details when you're drawing. And any of the darker wrinkles that you see, you want to go ahead and put those in there. You don't need to draw fingerprint marks or any of those fine details, but some of the darker lines should be in there. So now you have the entire hand, and try different poses. Try slowing down and putting more detail in each time you do it. Each drawing should be better than the one before, and each drawing that you do is a learning experience that will help to improve your skills.